what are some values you learned around this idea of success? Maybe you learned from your parents that are part of, value systems that you carry along with you, or maybe even ones that you are getting rid of. Let's see, who do we have here? Is it Raquel? Yeah, go for it. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, thanks. My dad was a migrant farm worker and went up and down the coast, as did a lot of other Mexican families and other, BIPOC families. But this kind of keep your head down and work hard and do the work and just show up and keep going. And, that has paid off for me in many ways. Sometimes it comes at the expense of I've really had to learn. I'm now a yoga teacher full time, and I've been doing that for most of my adult life. And so I've had to really claim wellness, right? Like mental wellness and physical wellness. And I've had to claim that because even generationally, that's not something that was ever prioritized. It's just keep your head down, work hard, do what needs to be done. Oh, my dad's walking by in the background.
Hi, Dad.
Okay, Pop. That is so funny, especially because I'm talking about him. There's no concept of Zoom. Now he's talking to the dog. So but also I guess this too, that as our parents grow and age, we take them into the home, and I get the privilege of being with my dad, and playing cards after dinner every night. And, that feels exciting to me. And that simplicity of working hard, showing up, being with family, what a gift, what a gift. And then it did force me to really claim my sense of adventure and autonomy, and knowing that I have agency over what I want to do and be in the world.
So Bernadette, was that you with your hand up earlier?
Yeah, it was totally.
Awesome. Go for it.
So for me, my mother's from Chile, and I'm the oldest of 5, and my father, so she's the only one here. So I don't have the community. I didn't know I was Latina, believe it or not, until I was in college, which is crazy, because I was just surrounded by non-BIPOC. And so for me, it was just coming into that, what does that even mean? And so it's interesting because I had kind of a reversal effect where as I was learning, I was connecting more with my mom. And then I was like, oh, this isn't just something that we do in our family. This is something other people do that are also Latina, Latinx, And so for me, one of the things I think was it is just family values, super, super, super important. So it's the same thing. I unfortunately had an unhealthy marriage, but it was just normal for me to be with my parents, move back in with my parents, and they just took care. They were the parents with me. There wasn't anything different about that. I think the other part, just to also touch on what Raquel said, with my mom, we just did gardening yesterday, and there is something very special about that. She did leave and give up so much. And I think there is, for me, I call it Latina guilt. That's something that I carry and I have to tease out a lot of times. And it's just I also deserve to have my space and my time, which is okay. And it's I don't always have to. And it's okay to say, this didn't feel great with my mom. And that's okay. It doesn't mean she's a bad person. I appreciate all the hard work and what she gave up for me, but it's okay too that I take care of myself. So I know she had to push through certain things, which gave me a lot of privilege for me. And I'm forever grateful for that. And so now I'm on the other end of learning that I don't have to push through everything. That is okay, what am I feeling? And I'm allowed to feel that. So that's what I want to share. So thank you. And this is my first time too. I'm a first timer too. Thank you.
Yay. All right. So two first timers here. Thank you so much. It's great to have you all here. All right. So we do have a couple more minutes right before we're going to get ready to go into breakout sessions. But so Bernadette, I did hear you share a couple of values that sounded really important there. One of them, the last one you were touching on, you don't have to speak to this, but if you want to, you can. But that value of taking care of yourself that we're often not taught, right? Especially children of immigrant families, whether you're first or second generation, oftentimes it's take care of everyone around you, which is important, right? Because that teaches us that we should be with our people and collectively together. But we also have to be mindful of ourselves, right? And how are we going to take care of people if we can't take care of ourselves and if we're unhealthy, you know? So it's really important that you brought that up. I just wanted to highlight that. All right, let's see. So does anyone else have a value? We only have about a minute left, but does someone have a value since we were on that little values topic that you want to share that you learned maybe from your parents or even just your short, if you want to give us a short condensed version of your path to success on defining what it is for you? Who else has values out there? So I know I have a bunch of them.
I'll go. This is Kathy.
Hi.
Our lady. And my family, my parents told me I could be anything I wanted to be. Yet when I decided to be what I wanted to be, it wasn't what they wanted me to be. So, and I went into natural resources and a very male-dominated profession, and felt very successful to be a woman of color in such a field. Went to college, got my degree. And as my parents aged and I had a successful career, my father would still say to me, anytime you want to go back to school and become a lawyer, we'll pay for it. And he didn't even recognize that I already had a degree and a career. So I had mixed messages.
You had mixed messages? That's hilarious. You said that you shared that they were like, you'd be anything you want. Then you choose something, they're like, well, but maybe not that thing.